This is John Luce from Army Football and Lawrence First and Goal. This is just a intro for the last portion of the block discussion and tackling, where I had some closing thoughts for you, and then there's some video that would follow this that you can check out on the full clinic. All right. So again, please follow us on LFG Football Camp on X, LFG Clinics. We also have Instagram, and then obviously this YouTube channel. All right. So here's some things that I think. I think as a coordinator, if I ever get to coordinate again, make a tackle opportunity cut up for every position. So every position is different. So I think that if you're all practicing the exact same drills, I think you're making a big mistake. The outside linebackers have different opportunities than the inside linebackers, right? The D line has different opportunities. The D line, a lot of times, they're working on stuff where they're still engaged with the guy and they got to stick an arm out, right? All right. So it's a lot different. Obviously, the guys who rush the passer, which, a lot of defenses anymore, it's everyone, but that tackling is different with a quarterback, not letting him out of the pocket, trying to strip the football. But if you make a cut up and you show it to your kids all the time, then I think you'll use drills that make the most sense. You might be making a lot more minus tackle opportunities where the ball's running away from you than you think. So you really need to look at that and see where you're struggling the most. I think that's helped me a lot as a football coach because I watch that drill and I say, okay, we need to work on this. It's immediate feedback. Offense has to practice tackling. We do this at West Point. We did this at Lafayette. I think it's something you absolutely have to do. One, for a safety standpoint, obviously you don't want somebody to really get hurt because they just haven't been instructed or practiced tackling. And it doesn't have to be a full speed collision. Obviously, there's all kinds of different ways to practice it with crash pads and using all the blocking devices we have anymore, punch in the hip, which I talked about earlier, but having a practicing tackle with your offensive players, and this includes your quarterbacks. I think that's a huge thing that you have to have because every interception or every fumble recovery can't be a touchdown. I think defense practice ball security. I would do that at the same time, and that's how we operate. I think it's critical that we talk about all the time about shinning the football. Coach does a phenomenal job here at Army West Point, Jeff Monken, of working the ball, but also taking my hand and when I'm going to have contact, of truly chinning this football, not bringing it across, not switching hands. I don't care on defense which hand you put it in. I don't think we're going to utilize the other hand that often or we're going to stiff arm a guy. I know guys work on that, but we carry the ball so little on defense that I want to make sure they put it in their strong hand and I want to protect it with the other hand. And this video clips coming up in this video where it'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. We don't want to give back the ball, right? Offense practice basic pursuit drill on an interception. I've never seen this done, and I don't know why. I think I see teams all the time. You know, I'm the field goal block coach, and I see our field goal unit when they kick a deep kick. They're yelling cover when the ball's away, so they cover in case somebody does return it. I don't know why you wouldn't practice the same thing. Have a plan on offense of when the ball is intercepted down the field that we can spread out, even if the linemen are just getting in the way, that they are truly getting away and we're not just chasing the same colored jersey. I think that's something that would absolutely practice, and I don't know why you would not do that. Emphasis on takeaways. So let's emphasize trying to get the ball away. And I think if you don't do that, it's not going to happen. There's years when we practice it a ton and we didn't get the results we wanted. But if you practice it over and over and you have great pursuit, then you're going to get opportunities where you get the ball back. So nose the ball into the tuck. This is another thing we do a great job at West Point. And it's constantly harped on over and over and over that we're looking at the point of the football, that we're looking in the nose of the tuck, and we're nosing it all the way into the tuck, that we're looking it down. We're not looking up the field before we catch the football. I think that's a huge deal. Catch the football. I know at Lafayette one year we were second in interceptions, and we dropped about 6 or 8 of the interceptions. Nose the ball in the tuck, attack the football. Force fumbles from the side or the back. And again, this can be practice. I'm going to show you some great drills if you go to the full video here. But you're coming from the side, you got an opportunity to knock that ball loose. Let's knock the ball loose. You're not going to miss tackles doing that. Forced fumbles when the ball carrier is going down. Here's another one you can use on a crash pad, and I'll show you some drills coming up on how to do that. But the ball carrier is going down anyway. That's when he's at his worst, turning the football over. Right, second man in. I'll show you a video of just we get in there, the ball is in the pile, the ball carrier is still try to get some momentum go, and we have the ability to pull the elbow away and pull that ball out, right? Different ways to do that. Hit the quarterback's elbow. The quarterback fumbles more than anyone does. So let's make sure that we're going for the ball. I'm going to show you clips where we violently strip the football. When I was a kid, Lawrence Taylor always did this. I don't think we do a good enough job at this either. I think that a lot of times the quarterback is in a very vulnerable position because he doesn't have the ball put away. He's looking down the field to throw the football. So let's take advantage of that. And then the last part is the country ball, city ball. If the ball is in the middle and no one's around it, let's work on scooping and scoring the football. And I'm going to show you great pictures of taking the extra split second to square up, scrape your knuckles on the ground, and scoop that football. That way, if we don't get it, the ball travels down the field and it's 3rd and 25 or 4th and 15, not 4th and 2, where they can still go for it. If you try to pluck it, go down with my hands down, then the ball's going to stay there. Again, the ball, we say country ball because no one's around. We're going to go ahead and scoop that. If it's a city ball, that means everybody's around, and we get some great drills to do this. Now, I want to work on grabbing the football, not diving to the ground and then trying to scramble for it, but I'm going down, bending my knees to grab the football and pull it to my chest as I go down the fetal position. Also going to talk about how I think time, score, and field position matters. You know, lost a game this year. One of the reasons, again, it's many plays, but one of the reasons was we tried to scoop and score a fumble that it was a country ball, but I think where it was and when it was in the game, if we just get on that ball, we're going to win that football game. So I think all that matters. So time, score, field position, I think that goes into country ball, city ball, but this stuff is critical. It's the only game. This game is named after the football. It's named after the actual ball. So obviously it's really important. So let's work on trying to get it back. When we do get it back, let's make sure that we keep it. I hope this helps. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll put many more videos in here if people are going to the site.